Chapter 41. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The two of them were very busy, and the two of them were very busy. Su Xiaoyao, who is Su Xiaoyao? Hello, officer, I am you. Come in with me and take a statement. Okay. Here, Su Xiaoyao has been taken in by the police officer to take a statement, in no particular order. It was Fatty Wang and Su Jie, and the last one was the yellow-haired gangster, but before he went in to take a statement, he secretly glanced at Su Zijin, but after seeing the latter's fierce eyes, he immediately lowered his head and took a statement with the police officer. Soon, several people cooperated with the police officer to finish the statement, and the yellow-haired gangster came out with a dejected look on his face. Okay, you three can go now. If there is anything we need to know later, we will contact you. Soon, the police officer told Su Xiaoyao, Fatty Wang and the other two that they could go back first. Hearing this, Su Zijin instantly lost his composure. He said to the police officer anxiously, "Why let them go back? They are the culprits who bullied my son. How can you let them go back?" "I'm sorry, Mr. Su. The evidence shows that the three of them are not the leaders of this matter, so they have no reason to stay here. It's your son Su Zijin and that yellow-haired gangster who are suspected of gathering a crowd to fight. Now we have to detain him and wait for the verdict." After hearing this, Su Jingua's face turned pale instantly, and his voice trembled. "Impossible, this is impossible. My son is so well behaved, how could he go to a crowd to fight? You must have made a mistake." Mother Lu on the side also echoed, crying. "Yes, officer, you must have made a mistake. My son is usually very well behaved and never makes trouble." The police officer sighed helplessly and said, "So, you and I come here, these guys have just provided evidence from the scene, you can come with me and take a look." As he said that, the police officer led everyone to a room in the corridor, and the evidence at the scene was naturally the entire process recorded by Su Xiaoyao and the other three with a mini camera at the scene of the fight. The three of them smiled knowingly and followed the police officer's footsteps. In front of the computer, Su Jinghua and the others were looking at the computer screen, and his face turned visibly pale. It was because in the video, Su Zijin and the others intercepted Su Xiaoyao first, and they were the first to take action, and Su Xiaoyao and the others were just self-defense. Su Jinghua looked at Su Zijin beside him, his eyes full of disappointment, but the next second, he was replaced by a trace of worry, and he looked at the police officer with hope and said, "Officer, please check it again, maybe this video is fake." Yes, technology is so advanced now that even faces can be replaced, not to mention making a fake video. See, no matter what Su Zijin does, Su Jinghua and the others will unconditionally tolerate and forgive him. At this moment, Su Xiaoyao suddenly understood that a person who doesn't love you will only see your bad side no matter how well you do. So, it's not that I didn't do well enough, but that the Su family has never accepted me in their hearts. Even the police couldn't listen to what Su Jinghua said, and said with a gloomy face, "Mr. Su, are you doubting the ability of our police station?" Hearing this, Su Jinghua waved his hands and said, No, officer, I don't mean that, I just," but before Su Jinghua finished speaking, he was interrupted by the police officer. "Okay, Mr. Su, I understand your feelings, but please cooperate with our work. Besides, this matter has nothing to do with your son directly, and he is just a victim." Hearing this, Su Xiaoyao frowned immediately. What does it mean that it has nothing to do with Su Zijin? At this moment, he had a bad feeling in his heart. After hearing this, Su Jinghua and others were slightly stunned, but they still asked tentatively, "Officer, what does this mean?" Su Jinghua couldn't figure it out. He had seen it in the video just now. Whether he admitted it or not, it was indeed Su Zijin's fault. Su Jinghua really couldn't figure out the reason, so he had to ask the police officer. After hearing this, the police officer didn't hide it and told the truth directly. Su Jinghua, it turned out that it was the yellow-haired gangster who couldn't stand Su Xiaoyao, but if he did it himself, he was afraid that he couldn't bear the responsibility if something happened later. After all, his family's situation was not very good. His father died in a car accident a long time ago. The next year, his mother remarried with the savings left by his father. Until now, she has never come back to see him, let alone take care of him. He has always lived with his grandmother, but his grandmother is old, and his family has no background, so he found Su Zijin and forced him to join him. In this way, if something happens, there is still the big tree of the Su family to support him. At least the Su family will not really let Su Zijin go to jail. To put it bluntly, he used Su Zijin as his scapegoat, but although Su Zijin is the young master of the Su family, he has always been a good boy. He can't compare with these gangsters who dropped out of school early, so under their coercion, he had to join their team. As for the words Su Zijin said in the video, they were all taught by the gangster. And when the statement was just taken, the gangster confessed to these things. After hearing the police officer's explanation, Su Xiaoyao couldn't help but sneer, but he didn't laugh at the police officer, but at Su Zijin. He really didn't expect that Su Zijin would have kept such a trick. It was obvious that he forced the gangster to take all the crimes for him. And he really pretended to be a good boy in the eyes of others. Now, Su Xiaoyao saw that he was getting more and more disgusted. He could do such a mean thing at this time. No wonder he dared to plan to murder himself in his previous life. I knew that Zijin would never do such a thing. At this time, Lu Fang, who had been holding Su Zijin, spoke up. Her eyes were red, and it seemed that she was crying with joy, and Su Jingwa's mood instantly improved a lot. However, when he glanced at the yellow-haired gangster, his face suddenly darkened. He grabbed the gangster's collar and slapped him, then cursed. "You beast, you dare to frame my son, I will beat you to death." "Stop." The police officer on the side frowned and scolded him immediately, then stood up and stopped Su Jingwa, and said sternly, "Mr. Su, this is the police station, you can't run wild here." Hearing this, Su Jingwa let go of the gangster with an angry face, and didn't forget to say harsh words before letting go. "Just wait for me, I will do whatever it takes to make you spend the rest of your life in prison." Chapter 42. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was very angry, but he was not very happy. As soon as Su Jingwa said this, even the police officer next to him showed contempt for him. In the eyes of outsiders, no one would have thought that the chairman of the Su group would say such a thing. However, Su Xiaoyao was no longer surprised by this. "Mr. Su, although this incident has nothing to do with your son, but in the final analysis, he is also an accomplice, so he needs to stay in the police station and wait for follow-up processing. Of course, his crime is still very minor compared to that little gangster. If possible, I hope you can discuss compensation with several other parents. If they all agree to compensation and sign a letter of understanding, then your son will not have to stay here. After all, his crime is not too serious." The police officer did not want to bother with Su Jingwa anymore. After saying a word to Su Jingwa, he took people to take Su Zijin and the little gangster away. The little gangster was okay. He often fought and brawled, and he could be said to be a frequent visitor in the police station, but Su Zijin was different. He had been living a life of luxury since he was a child. He had never seen such a scene before. He was scared and cried immediately, hugged Lu Fang's arm and refused to let go, and Lu Fang was crying with tears in her eyes, begging the police officer not to detain Su Zijin. It was just a simple detention, but this family treated it like a life-and-death separation. However, the law would not show mercy to them, and finally took Su Zijin and the yellow-haired gangster away without mercy. On this side, Su Jingwa's face was already livid, and the words the police officer had just said kept appearing in his mind. Fatty Wang's father and Su Jie's father were looking at Su Jingwa with interest at this moment. They also heard what the police officer had just said, and now they were just waiting for Su Jingwa to beg them. After all, Su Jingwa's attitude just now was so tough that it really made them angry, and now they were just waiting for Su Jingwa to go to them and suffer a setback. Su Jingwa clenched his fists and then loosened them. Finally, as if he had compromised, he turned around and looked at the two of them with an attentive face, and said with a smile, "Mr. Wang, Mr. Su, this is indeed my son's fault. I will definitely teach him a lesson later. Look at this matter." Hearing this, Su Jie's father sneered and said in a yin-yang tone, "Oh, don't say that, Mr. Su. It's not your son's fault at all. It's clearly the fault of our two beastly sons. You can't blame your sons, right, Mr. Su?" After these words came out, Su Xiaoyao and Lin Wanxia stood aside and covered their mouths and laughed. They really didn't expect that Su Jie's father was actually a big yin-yang family. After saying this, Su Jingua's face flushed instantly. There was no way. He did say this just now. At this moment, he regretted offending these two people just now. Who of them was a good person to make the company equal to the Su family? But although he was angry, he didn't dare to get angry at the moment. After all, he couldn't bear to let Su Zijin be detained here. Thinking of this, he could only smile awkwardly and then began to get close to him. Old Su, look at you, wasn't I joking with you just now? Besides, we still have a cooperative relationship in business. How could I really deal with your son? It was just a joke to scare him. Su Jingua is indeed an old fox, and he speaks very knowledgeably. There is a reason why their Su family can develop to this status today. On the surface, he seems to be getting close to Su Jie's father, but in fact, there is a hint of threat in this sentence. He put the relationship between the two people in the business on the surface, which seems to be to bring the relationship between the two people closer. In fact, he is reminding Su Jie's father not to do too much, because there are still some interests involved between them. Once he is pushed to the edge, the Su family will terminate the cooperation with the Su family, and the worst-case scenario is that both sides will suffer. And Su Jie's father and Wang Pengzi's father will not fail to hear the true meaning of this sentence. What a joke! Su Jingua is an old fox. How could the two of them be ordinary people? I saw that the two of them narrowed their eyes slightly, obviously hearing the meaning of Su Jingua's words. At this time, Su Jingua saw this situation, and his previous courtesy was no longer on his face, replaced by a calm and confident look. Although he also knew that this was very mean, he didn't care so much for Su Zijin, just as Su Jingua. When he thought that they had been taken advantage of, Su Jie's father suddenly sneered, and then looked at Su Jingua with interest and said, Mr. Su, I think you must have made a mistake. Where is the cooperation between us? At this time, Su Jingua's face was instantly upset. The meaning of Su Jie's father's words was very clear. He didn't want to continue to cooperate with the Su family. At this time, Fatty Wang's father explained very considerately. Mr. Su, half an hour ago, we have notified the secretary to terminate all cooperation with the Su family, or you can call the company now to ask. Hearing this, Su Jingua's face turned pale instantly. He thought he had already taken advantage of them. The two would not refuse this understanding for the benefit of the company. Even if they refused to give in, there should be a chance for peace talks. Who would have thought that the two of them would be so decisive and really terminate the cooperation with the Su family? In the circle, the relationship and personality of these two people have long been heard. They have been playing together since they were young and have a very good relationship. Even though they each have their own companies, they always stand together and are decisive and vindictive. Unexpectedly, Su Jingua saw it today. They really have the character of vindictiveness. They completely disregard the company's losses and terminate the cooperation as they say. Such means, even Su Jingua, an old fox who has been struggling in the business world for decades, can't help but be afraid. Thinking of this, Su Jingua still called the company to confirm it. After learning that what they said was true, Su Jingua was like a deflated balloon in an instant. After coming to his senses, Su Jingua stared at the two of them with anger in his eyes. Although the termination of this cooperation will not have any particularly big impact on the Su group, but it has caused the Su group to lose nearly a year's income. Such a loss, how can Su Jingua not be angry? At this time, Su Jie's father said with a look of regret. Mr. Su, don't be angry. We didn't terminate the cooperation with Su group because of this incident. It's because we two brothers have indeed found a stronger partner than Su group, so we had to terminate the cooperation. Besides, you just said that our relationship is so good, you should not stop us two brothers from running towards a better choice. As he said, he did not forget to smile and look at Wang Pengzi's father. Although the two were smiling, the mockery in their eyes could not be concealed. Hearing this, Su Jingua's face turned pale, and he looked at the two of them and sneered. Really? Then, Mr. Su, which company do you mean by a better choice? I want to see, in Shenzhen, which company can be a better choice than my Su group. Hearing this, Su Jie smiled jokingly, glanced at Lin Wanxia cautiously, and then said. Mr. Su is so arrogant. You mean, in the whole Xincheng, no one can be a better choice than your Su group. After hearing this, Su Jingwa said confidently. So what? Then. I wonder if Lin Group can compare with Mr. Su's company. Chapter 43. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The two sides have been in a state of panic, and the two sides have been in a state of panic. Then. I wonder if Lin's group can compare with Mr. Su's company. After these words came out, Su Jingwa was stunned, and then he laughed loudly, and then he mocked Su Jie's father. Mr. Su, your joke is not funny at all. I admit that Lin's group is indeed stronger than my Su family, and it's not a little bit, but why do you think Lin's group will cooperate with you? Hearing this, the two looked at him like a fool, and even Lin Wanxia cast a contemptuous look at him. In fact, Su Jingwa had a basis for saying this. He had recently visited the Lin group to discuss cooperation, because in his eyes, the Su group was the most suitable candidate to cooperate with the Lin group from any angle, but in the end, they were rejected, and they didn't even meet the chairman of the Lin group, so, Su Jingwa couldn't think of any reason to let the Lin group cooperate with their two companies. At this time, Su Jingwa saw that the two were silent, thinking that he was right, so he resumed his previous high-handed attitude and said coldly. Mr. Wang, Mr. Su, as long as you sign a letter of understanding for me, then I promise that the Su group will continue to cooperate with your companies, otherwise, you will really have no chance after you leave this door. Hearing this, Su Jie's father laughed out loud, and then said with a look of contempt. Su Jingwa, are you an idiot? Wasn't what I just said clear enough? Do you really think that we can't find a next customer without the cooperation of your Su group? And I tell you, I'm not joking. We have reached a cooperation with the Lin group. As for whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. Also, we will not sign a letter of understanding. Of course, you don't have to pay for anything. I can't even afford the medical expenses of my baby son. As for your adopted son, I think he should enjoy himself in the detention center for a few days, and let him recognize himself by the way. You. After that, the two of them took Fatty Wang and Su Jia and prepared to leave, without even looking at him, completely ignoring Su Jingwa's sullen old face. However, when the two of them passed by Su Xiaoyao, they stopped, and Fatty Wang's father said to Su Xiaoyao. Xiaoyao, right? My name is Wang Yanjun, and I'm Wang Lin's father. You can just call me Uncle Wang. Then he pointed to Su Jie's father and introduced. This is Su Jie's father, Su Sherdong, just call him Uncle Su. Su Xiaoyao was also very sensible and called out respectfully twice. He also understood why the two suddenly came forward to greet him. The reason was definitely not because of Fatty Wang and Su Jia, although Su Xiaoyao had a very good relationship with the two of them, but it was not to the extent that a person like their father would take the initiative to talk to him, and the reason was obviously because of Lin Wanxia. Just now they also said that it was the Lin group that cooperated with their company, and from their eyes, it was obvious that they knew Lin Wanxia. As for why they didn't, there must be some other reasons for speaking publicly, so they bowed down to greet me purely for Lin Wanxia's sake. Otherwise, with my innocent family background, the two of them probably wouldn't bother to pay attention to me. After a simple greeting, the two of them left a business card for Su Xiaoyao and turned away. Before leaving, they nodded to Lin Wanxia imperceptibly. Seeing that Fatty Wang and Su Jia had left, Su Xiaoyao turned his head to look at Lin Wanxia and said, Sister Wanxia, let's go too. Okay. As they said that, the two turned around and left, but before they took a few steps, they heard a voice behind them. Stop, you can't leave. Su Xiaoyao frowned, turned around slowly, and looked back. It was Su Zijin who spoke, who was looking at Su Xiaoyao anxiously at this time. What's wrong? You have to write a letter of understanding before you leave. Hearing this, Su Xiaoyao smiled coldly and said jokingly. Why should I sign? Facing Su Xiaoyao's questioning, Su Zijin was about to speak, but her mother Lu Fong said first. Xiaoyao, he is your brother, can you bear to see him being detained? Su Xiaoyao heard. After that, he just glanced at her expressionlessly, and then said lightly. Sorry, Ms. Lu, we have severed our relationship, and it was signed by you and Su Jingwa personally. So Su Zijin and I no longer have any relationship in name, and I am now an outsider. Since I am an outsider, I have no obligation to sign a letter of understanding with you, and I must protect my own rights and interests. You. Okay. At this time, Su Jingwa spoke, looked at Su Xiaoyao, and said in a tone that could not be refused. Su Xiaoyao, you win. You did all this just to be able to return to the Su family again, right? I can let you return to the Su family, but I tell you, after returning to the Su family, you are not allowed to bully Zijin again, and you have to convince your two classmates to sign a letter of understanding together. Also, the future property of the Su family belongs to Zijin. You are not allowed to think about it. If you agree, you can return to the Su family from now on. When Su Jingwa said this, his eyes were full of confidence, as if he was sure that Su Xiaoyao did all this just to return to the Su family. Hearing this, Su Xiaoyao laughed in anger. Huh? What are you laughing at? Seeing Su Xiaoyao laughing, Su Jingwa frowned and asked in a deep voice. After a long while, Su Xiaoyao finally laughed enough, and then slowly looked at Su Jingwa and said coldly. I laughed at you for being stupid. You dare to scold me? He scold you. Mr. Su, if you are sick, please go to the hospital. Don't spit shit in front of me. It's really interesting. Why do you think I want to return to the Su family? Mr. Su, it's good to be confident, but don't be too confident, otherwise others will think you are stupid. After hearing this, Su Jingwa's face flushed instantly, but he still asked firmly. Don't you think I don't know that you deliberately took this video to frame Zijin? Isn't the purpose to make him fall out of favor in the Su family, so that you can return to the Su family again? Hearing this, Su Xiaoyao looked at him as if he was an idiot, and then said lightly. Mr. Su, I think you misunderstood. I never framed him, and you have seen the video. He hit me first. I can't just stand there, right? Also, I never thought about returning to the Su family, let alone said that you were talking to yourself from beginning to end, weren't you? After hearing this, Su Jinhua stared at Su Xiaoyao with his eyes fixed, and said coldly. So, you are unwilling to sign the letter of apology? Yes, and I tell you, Su Zijin has decided on this detention center. Facing Su Jinhua's questioning, Su Xiaoyao answered neither humbly nor arrogantly, and didn't even blink. Hearing this, before Su Jinhua could speak, Lu Fang on the side got anxious first, and immediately stepped forward and stretched out her hand to hit Su Xiaoyao. As a result, Su Xiaoyao grabbed her wrist with one hand and slapped Lu Fang hard with the other hand. Chapter 44. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The two of them were so angry that they had to fight. Lu Fang, who had reacted, covered her face and looked at Su Xiaoyao in disbelief. She obviously didn't expect Su Xiaoyao to really hit her. Moreover, not only did she not expect it, but everyone present didn't expect it. Even Lin Wanxia didn't expect it. After all, Lu Fang was his biological mother, and he never thought that he would dare to hit her. Su Xiaoyao, you bastard, you actually. A scream sounded, and it was Su Zijin again. At this moment, she was standing beside Lu Fang, looking at Su Xiaoyao with anger on her face. Then she picked up the water cup on the desk and smashed it on Su Xiaoyao's head, but she was still a beat late. Su Xiaoyao snatched the cup from her hand, and then slapped her in the face again. This slap was no lighter than the previous one, and suddenly, several scarlet palm prints appeared on Su Zijin's face. Su Xiaoyao, you dare to hit me? Su Zijin covered her face and looked at Su Xiaoyao angrily, and as she spoke, she stretched out her hand to continue to hit Su Xiaoyao, but how could she, a woman, be Su Xiaoyao's opponent? As soon as her hand was stretched out, it was caught by Su Xiaoyao again. Pa! A pleasant sound rang out, and then several scarlet palm prints appeared on the other side of Su Zijin's face. Su Zijin was stunned. She was spoiled since she was a child. How could she bear such grievances? Even Su Jinhua and Lu Fang had never hit her, but today, she was slapped twice by her own brother. Such a result made her a little unacceptable for a while. After a short moment of daze, her eyes suddenly turned red, and then she saw big tears sliding down her cheeks, and she cried. Su Xiaoyao. Soon, a gnashing voice sounded. It was Su Jinhua. He was looking at Su Xiaoyao with anger at the moment, and his eyes seemed to want to eat Su Xiaoyao. His wife was beaten, and his daughter was beaten, which made him, the head of the family, very embarrassed. The most important thing was that the one who beat him was his own son. This made him furious, and he was about to rush over to deal with Su Xiaoyao. However, at this time, the door of the house was suddenly opened, and the previous police officer came back. "Stop, what are you doing?" After the police entered the house, he saw Su Jingguo walking towards Su Xiaoyao with an angry face. He knew what he was going to do without thinking, so he scolded him immediately. After hearing the police officer's words, Su Jingguo, who was halfway through his walk, stopped where he was. Although he was rich and powerful, he still didn't dare to cause trouble in the police station, so he had to give up in disappointment. He just snorted coldly, looked at Su Xiaoyao with a cannibalistic look, and then turned around and stopped looking at him. Seeing Su Jingguo being defeated, Su Xiaoyao was so happy that even Lin Wanxia beside him couldn't help but smile. But Su Xiaoyao still felt a little regretful at this moment. If the police officer hadn't come back just now, he would have been very confident to beat Su Jingguo up, but it was a pity. However, although the police officer came back, he should leave. It was also an insult to him to stay with such a group of self-righteous and brainless people. He felt that if he stayed with this group of people for a long time, his own brain would probably be damaged. He simply said hello to the police officer, and then slowly walked out amidst the angry eyes, and he never even glanced at them from beginning to end. As for Su Zijin, although he was not sent to prison this time, Su Xiaoyao believed that Su Zijin would definitely take action after he came out. By then, he would have plenty of opportunities to ruin Su Zijin's reputation and make him follow in his footsteps in his previous life. Here, Su Xiaoyao and Lin Wanxia had already returned to the apartment. "Brother Xiaoyao, go sit on the sofa for a while and wait for me." After saying that, Lin Wanxia ran to the cabinet in the corner in a hurry and searched through it. Soon, she came over with a medical kit. Seeing that Lin Wanxia seemed to want to apply medicine to him, Su Xiaoyao hurriedly waved his hand to refuse. After all, he only had a superficial injury, and there was no need to bother Lin Wanxia to apply medicine to him. When he was injured in the past, he basically never used medicine. Unless the injury was particularly serious, it will pass if you hold on. He had long been used to it, so there was no need to make such a big fuss about this minor injury. However, his persistence was finally defeated by Lin Wanxia's firm eyes. Lin Wanxia finally opened the medicine box, took out the iodine and gently wiped the corner of his mouth. Hiss. Seeing Su Xiaoyao gasp for air, Lin Wanxia couldn't help but said unhappily, "Don't you feel no pain?" Su Xiaoyao was speechless and had to shut his mouth and just looked at Lin Wanxia quietly. She was focused at the moment, and her movements were slow. Perhaps it was because Su Xiaoyao had just shown too much pain, so she couldn't help but be much lighter when applying the medicine. I don't know if it was Lin Wanxia's intention. The distance between the two was very close at this time, almost sticking together. The breath of orchids hit Su Xiaoyao's Adam's apple, making Su Xiaoyao feel a little itchy, but he didn't say much, but seemed to enjoy it. Su Xiaoyao suddenly remembered the kiss that Lin Wanxia gave him that day at the mall. Suddenly, he set his eyes on Lin Wanxia's thin lips. Her lips were slightly open, as thin as cicada wings, and moist and shiny. This scene made Su Xiaoyao swallow his saliva. "Brother Xiaoyao, why is your face so red?" Lin Wanxia felt Su Xiaoyao's abnormality and asked in confusion. Su Xiaoyao also realized his embarrassment at this time, and hurriedly turned his face away, hesitating. "No. It's okay, maybe. Maybe it's too hot." Seeing this, Lin Wanxia couldn't help but secretly rejoice in her heart. Seeing Su Xiaoyao's blushing face, she didn't need to guess what he was thinking just now. However, Lin Wanxia did not say anything, but continued to wipe the wound on Su Xiaoyao's face. When Su Xiaoyao saw that Lin Wanxia did not say anything, he immediately turned his head carefully and looked at Lin Wanxia. After seeing Lin Wanxia regain her previous focused expression, Su Xiaoyao said something for some reason. "Sister Wanxia, you are so beautiful." Hearing this, Lin Wanxia paused while wiping, and then looked at Su Xiaoyao's stunned and serious expression. "Poochie." She suddenly smiled, and that smile was as warm as the sun, with a gentle light in her eyes, as if it was the most beautiful flower blooming for him. At this moment, Su Xiaoyao was stunned, staring at Lin Wanxia's eyes, and never moved away for a long time. Chapter 45. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a long time, Su Xiaoyao came back to his senses and realized that what he had just said was a bit abrupt. Looking at Lin Wanxia, who was laughing with her hands covering her mouth, he wanted to find a crack in the ground to crawl into. He took the iodine from Lin Wanxia and said hurriedly, "Wan. Sister Wanxia, I'll do it myself." After that, he blushed and ran back to the bedroom in a panic. Seeing this scene, Lin Wanxia's smile deepened. After Su Xiaoyao returned to the bedroom, he lay on the bed and stared at the ceiling. At this time, his heart was still pounding, and he regretted saying such abrupt words, so much so that he was embarrassed to go to see Lin Wanxia now. Perhaps he was too tired. Su Xiaoyao fell asleep while lying down. "Xiaoyao brother, it's time to eat." On the other side, Lin Wanxia quickly prepared the meal and was calling Su Xiaoyao softly outside the door. After calling several times, seeing no movement in the bedroom, Lin Wanxia carefully opened the bedroom door. Seeing that Su Xiaoyao was already asleep, she couldn't bear to wake him up. She just came to the bed and looked at Su Xiaoyao with a gentle look, then covered his quilt, and then gently left a kiss on the corner of his mouth, and then left with a red face. Su Xiaoyao didn't know all this. At this moment, he didn't know what he was dreaming about. Although he was sleeping soundly, his mouth still unconsciously had a smile on his face. The next day, Su Xiaoyao got up early. Because he went to bed early last night, he got up earlier today than usual. He walked out of the bedroom slowly and saw that Lin Wanxia had not gotten up yet, so he turned around and went to the kitchen. Usually, Lin Wanxia was the one making breakfast, which made him feel a little guilty. And it was rare for him to get up early today, so he simply made breakfast so that Lin Wanxia could sleep a little longer. I don't know if the noise from the kitchen disturbed Lin Wanxia, but I saw Lin Wanxia wearing pajamas and rubbing her sleepy eyes and walking out of the bedroom. Then I heard her humming like a well-behaved kitten. "Xiaoyao brother, why did you get up so early?" That after hearing this, Su Xiaoyao looked back and saw Lin Wanxia looking at him with her hair down. She looked very cute, which made Su Xiaoyao want to go up and pinch her face. "Sister Wanxia, are you awake? Hurry up and get ready for dinner." "Well, okay." Su Xiaoyao turned around and continued to cook, saying with his back to Lin Wanxia. Soon, the food was ready. For some reason, Lin Wanxia seemed to have a good appetite today. Compared to usual, she ate a lot today. After dinner, Lin Wanxia sent Su Xiaoyao to school. As soon as Su Xiaoyao arrived in the classroom, he saw Su Zijin standing at the door of the classroom. She looked anxious, with her hands clenched, as if she was waiting for someone. However, when he saw Su Xiaoyao coming, he walked quickly to Su Xiaoyao. Looking at the scars on Su Xiaoyao's face, he actually showed a look of heartache. She reached out to touch Su Xiaoyao's face, but Su Xiaoyao dodged her sideways. Seeing this scene, Su Zijin's eyes showed a sad look, and then he spoke in an urgent tone. "Xiaoyao brother, I know it was my fault in the past. I don't ask you to forgive me, but please give me a chance to make up for it. Don't ignore your sister, okay?" However, Su Xiaoyao didn't even bother to lift his eyelids for her words, but said indifferently with a cold expression. "No need, Teacher Su, we have no relationship anymore, and I don't need you to make up for it. I just hope you can stop bothering me in the future and stay away from me." After that, he bypassed Su Zijin and walked straight to the classroom. After Su Zijin behind him heard Su Xiaoyao's cold words, his eyes instantly turned red, and he shed tears of great regret. At this moment, her tense body completely relaxed. However, all this was seen by Fatty Wang in the class, but he just glanced at it indifferently. Then he set his sights on Su Xiaoyao, who entered the classroom. He would not persuade Su Xiaoyao, nor would he sympathize with Su Zijin, because Fatty Wang knew that all the consequences were Su Zijin's own fault. She once had a brother who loved her so much, but she turned a blind eye to him. She threw her brother's sincerity on the ground and trampled on it wantonly. Now, she discovered the truth. She wanted to win back the brother who had loved her so much. But she found that this brother had been pushed away by her and disappeared. She just couldn't accept this result for a while, and couldn't accept that the little brother who used to come and go at will would leave her one day. So, people always know how to cherish after losing. She missed the good of the mirror after it was broken. but she didn't know that the broken mirror could never be repaired to its original appearance. Even if it was repaired, it would still have cracks and would not look the same as before. It's the same with feelings and family affection. After Su Xiaoyao came back to his senses, he came to his seat and heard Su Xiaoyao whispering in his ear. "Hero, do you know what happened to Su Zijin?" Su Xiaoyao was stunned when he heard this. Obviously, he didn't know about this matter, but he still asked curiously. "What happened?" "I heard from my dad last night that Su Zijin was sentenced to gang fighting, but because the circumstances were relatively minor and he was forced, that he was only sentenced to 15 days of administrative detention, and that little gangster was sentenced to 3 years in prison for intentional injury due to gang fighting, and he was the mastermind. I guess his life is ruined." After hearing this, Su Xiaoyao couldn't help but feel a little regretful, although the little gangster was sentenced to gang fighting and intentional injury, but Su Xiaoyao knew that he was not the culprit of this incident, and he must have been threatened by Su Zijin, otherwise, who would use his own future to help others take the blame. After all, he was also a victim, a poor man, who had to do this because of the power of the Su family. Thinking of this, he became more determined to take revenge on Su Zijin, even if it was not for himself. He had to seek justice for the innocent people who had been oppressed by him over the years. However, at this time, Fatty Wong looked around and whispered with some ill intentions. "But my dad and Jia Zi's dad used some connections to add 5 more days for him, a total of 20 days. Su Xiaoyao laughed immediately after hearing this, and laughed very happily. He patted Fatty Wong's shoulder and whispered teasingly. "Okay, Fatty, I didn't expect you to be able to do something. Go to your uncle." Then, they saw the two of them laughing with their mouths covered. From the back, their bodies trembled, which was enough to show how happy they were. If the scene was not inappropriate, their laughter would resound throughout the classroom. Chapter 46. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After class, Su Jia also found Su Xiaoyao as if to take credit, and told Su Xiaoyao about Su Zijin's judgment. However, after seeing the calm expression on Su Xiaoyao's face, he was a little unbelievable. According to his thoughts, shouldn't Su Xiaoyao be happy? He couldn't understand, so he looked at Fatty Wong on the side. However, when he saw Fatty Wong laughing next to him, he instantly understood what was going on. So he came to Fatty Wong angrily, kicked him and said, "You dead fat man, did you tell him?" However, Fatty Wong didn't say anything, but continued to laugh. The difference was that this time the laughter was louder. "Hey, didn't you and Fatty Wong agree to tell him together? How dare you lie to me and make me look like a fool? Don't run, you fatty, I'll beat you up. Hey, don't hit him in the face, don't hit him in the face." So, the three of them started a series of fights on the playground, until the bell rang. Su Jia looked at Fatty Wong unhappily, and then turned back to the classroom. It is said that time often passes quickly when you are happy, and it is true. After learning the news, Su Xiaoyao was in a particularly happy mood that day, so the day ended unknowingly. During this period, Su Zijin did not bother him again, but just stared at him outside the classroom from time to time, and Su Xiaoyao naturally ignored her. As long as she didn't bother him, she could do whatever she wanted. After school, Lin Wanxia came to pick him up as usual, but as soon as he got in the car, Qingmei called. Su Xiaoyao took a look and hung up decisively. I thought Qingmei would give up, but she called again in less than 2 seconds. After Su Xiaoyao took a look, he was obviously a little impatient. Lin Wanxia, who was driving, also saw Su Xiaoyao's irritability, but she pursed her lips and didn't say anything. After a pause, Su Xiaoyao still picked up the phone helplessly. There was no way. If Su Xiaoyao didn't answer, the call would probably keep ringing. "Hello, what's the matter?" Su Xiaoyao's cold voice sounded, and it was also mixed with some impatience. Hearing this, the other end of the phone paused for a while. Just when Su Xiaoyao was about to hang up, the other end finally spoke, but it was not Qingmei who spoke. "Hello, Xiaoyao, I'm your Aunt Qin." Su Xiaoyao changed his attitude immediately when he heard it was Qin Xiaoji, and said apologetically, "Aunt Qin, what's the matter?" "It's like this, your uncle Zhang Feng has woken up and wants to see you. Do you think it's convenient for you to come?" It's convenient, Aunt Chen, I'll be there right away. Okay, then you drive slowly. After that, Su Xiaoyao hung up the phone and looked at Lin Wanxia. Just as he was about to speak, Lin Wanxia got the better of him. Going to the hospital, Su Xiaoyao nodded after hearing this. Obviously, Lin Wanxia had guessed it. Soon, the two of them arrived at the hospital. Su Xiaoyao saw Qin Xiaoji and Shen Qingya standing by when he entered the room, but Shen Qingya looked a little unnatural when she saw Su Xiaoyao. However, Su Xiaoyao didn't pay attention to her. After simply greeting the two of them, he looked towards the bed. Seeing Zhang Feng lying on the bed, he immediately greeted him and then walked over quickly. Uncle Zhang, are you awake? Zhang Feng wanted to sit up, but was stopped by Su Xiaoyao. He held Zhang Feng's hand and said softly, Uncle Zhang, you are not fully recovered yet, so don't move. After hearing this, Zhang Feng could only smile and nodded, and then turned his head to look at Su Xiaoyao, and said softly. Xiaoyao, your Aunt Chen told me that she troubled you during this period of time. Don't trouble Uncle Zhang, this is what I should do. Hearing this, Zhang Feng sighed and said as if recalling. Xiaoyao, I already know what you have experienced in the Su family over the years. To be honest, I regret a little. I regret why I didn't force you to leave the orphanage with me. If I took you away, you wouldn't have to suffer so much in the Su family. You won't blame Uncle Zhang, right? After that, Zhang Feng turned his head to look at Su Xiaoyao spoke with a little apology in his eyes. Su Xiaoyao just smiled lightly when he heard it, and then said calmly. It's okay, Uncle Zhang, it's all over, and I volunteered at the beginning. What are you talking about? At this time, Shen Qingya, who realized something was wrong, came over and asked the two of them with some confusion. Hearing this, Zhang Feng smiled at Shen Qingya, then motioned Shen Qingya to come over, and said in a gentle voice. Qingya, now that things have come to this, Uncle Zhang will not hide it from you. In fact, when your Aunt Chen and I went to the orphanage, we wanted to adopt Xiaoyao instead of you, but he was unwilling to go with us, and even went to find the director. Let the director talk to us and let us take you away and leave him behind. Speaking of this, he turned his head to look at Su Xiaoyao, and said with pride in his tone. At the beginning, he knew that going with us would definitely be better than living in the orphanage, but he did not choose to go with us. Just when all the other children were scrambling to let us take him away, he gave this only chance to you, so I like him. It is really precious that he knows how to pay attention to feelings at such a young age. Which is why I often go back to see him and support him later, because he is different from others. He is very kind. Speaking of this, Zhang Feng did not notice Shen Qingya's pale cheeks at all, looked at Su Xiaoyao, and said with an apologetic tone. Xiaoyao, Uncle Zhang really couldn't take one more person away at the beginning. At that time, your Aunt Chen and I were busy with work every day, and we couldn't spare time to take care of one more person, so. However, before he finished speaking, he was interrupted by Su Xiaoyao, who held Zhang Feng's hand tightly and said with a smile. Uncle Zhang, you don't have to feel guilty. I am very grateful for your help for so many years. It was my voluntary choice at the beginning, and it has nothing to do with you. Besides, you see, I am doing well now, aren't I? After that, Su Xiaoyao looked at Zhang Feng again and smiled comfortingly. Why? At this time, Shen Qingya on the side spoke. Su Xiaoyao heard this and looked back at Shen Qingya. She looked pale, with tears in her eyes, and trembling as she looked at Su Xiaoyao. Seeing this, Su Xiaoyao asked in confusion. Why? Why did you give me this opportunity in the first place? Chapter 47. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was very happy. Why did you give me this opportunity? Su Xiaoyao was slightly stunned when he heard this. Obviously, he didn't expect Shen Qingya to ask him this. After coming back to his senses, he still looked at Shen Qingya and said lightly. There is no reason. It was just wishful thinking at the beginning. Hearing this, Shen Qingya's tears finally filled her eyes, and she kept muttering in a trembling voice. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's okay, you don't have to say sorry, it's all over. Faced with her apology, Su Xiaoyao didn't have a single wave in his heart, and his voice was as cold as ever. Zhang Feng on the bed obviously didn't know what happened. He looked at Su Xiaoyao and then at Qingmei, with a puzzled look on his face. Qin Xiaoji on the side sighed helplessly, although she didn't know what happened either, but she had long guessed that there must be a conflict between Su Xiaoyao and Qingmei, but she didn't know how to ask. After all, the two of them were not young anymore, and it was not easy for her to intervene in some emotional matters. Uncle Zhang, Aunt Chen, then you take a rest first, I'll leave first, and come to see you tomorrow. Su Xiaoyao really didn't want to stay with Qingmei any longer, so after a few simple greetings, he got up and left, but Qingmei was stunned in the same place, and she didn't come back to her senses for a long time. At this moment, she must be extremely regretful in her heart. It turned out that she had lived a life of worry-free food and clothing for these years, all because of Su Xiaoyao. On the other hand, Su Xiaoyao's life in the Su family was so miserable, and he didn't tell her the truth even though she hurt Su Xiaoyao so much before. It was to make her feel relieved. Thinking of her previous sarcasm towards Su Xiaoyao, Qingmei wanted to slap herself. She was thinking that if she could do it again, she would never be so indifferent to Su Xiaoyao. She would never abandon Su Xiaoyao and choose Su Zijin. However, all this was just what she thought in her heart. There is no if in this world. Qingmei, is it convenient for you to tell your uncle what happened between you and Xiaoyao? After a long time, Zhang Feng looked at Qingmei and said with some doubts. At this time, Qingmei had already calmed down, but her red and swollen eyes still looked a little dull. However, she still turned her head stiffly and looked at Zhang Feng, with a bitter smile on her lips. Then she slowly explained what happened between her and Su Xiaoyao during this period of time. After listening to Qingmei's statement, Zhang Feng was silent for a long time, then sighed, looked at Qingmei with a complicated expression and asked. Qingmei, uncle wants to ask, what do you think now? Hearing this, Qingmei's dull eyes lit up for the first time, and then said excitedly. Uncle, I want to get him back. After hearing this, Zhang Feng shook his head, smiled helplessly, and then said. Qingmei, do you know Xiaoyao? Why would he be angry with you and ignore you? Hearing this, Qingmei paused and said with a guilty look. Because I alienated him for Su Zijin, and then I spoke harshly to him and often ridiculed him, so he hated me so much. After hearing Qingmei's answer, Zhang Feng shook his head and said seriously. Qingmei, you are only half right. After hearing this, Qingmei was a little confused, but she still listened to Zhang Feng continue to talk. Su Xiaoyao likes you. I think you should know that. Of course, it's not the kind of love that a brother has for his sister, but you are nice to another boy when you know that he likes you. I think no one can accept this. Just imagine, if the boy you like is nice to another girl when he knows that you like him, what will you do? So, the moment you chose Su Zijin, he has already given up on you. Speaking of this, Zhang Feng paused and glanced at Qingmei, seeing that her face was pale at the moment, and her eyes were full of pain. Zhang Feng felt a little distressed, but he still opened his mouth and continued. But the most fundamental reason is not this, but that the person you chose is Su Zijin. You clearly know that Su Xiaoyao. What kind of life did Su Xiaoyao lead in the Su family? It was even clearer that Su Xiaoyao hated Su Zijin, but you still chose to be with him. This was the last straw that broke the camel's back. Even if you chose someone else, Su Xiaoyao might have given you a blessing, but you chose Su Zijin. Hearing this, tears in Qingmei's eyes flowed across her cheeks again, and she said in a trembling voice. I didn't know. I didn't know it would hurt him. No. Qingmei, in fact, you already knew that doing so would hurt him, but it was his overly tolerant love that made you fearless. You thought that even if you hurt him, he would not be angry and would continue to tolerate you. Little did you know that people's hearts did not change overnight. The moment you broke your vows, there was no possibility between you. After hearing this, Qingmei shook her head in a self-deceiving way, and said in a trembling voice. No. It's impossible. He used to like me so much. How could he let it go just like that? But you lost the boy who used to have eyes only for you, didn't you? Impossible, this is impossible. I must get him back. After saying this, Qingmei ran out like crazy. Seeing this scene, Zhang Feng on the hospital bed sighed helplessly. he knew that Su Xiaoyao would never forgive her. A broken heart can never be restored, just like broken glass, even if it can be pieced together, its broken debris can never be found again. On the other side, Su Xiaoyao and Lin Wanxia had already driven back to the underground parking lot of the apartment. As soon as he got out of the car, he saw a figure rushing towards him. When he got closer, he saw that the person was Qingmei. Her hair was messy, and there were dried tears in the corners of her eyes. After seeing that the person was Qingmei, Su Xiaoyao frowned slightly, and then he was about to pull Lin Wanxia away quickly, but after walking a few steps, he heard the sound behind getting closer and closer. Then he felt a delicate hand holding his arm. Su Xiaoyao knew who it was. Without looking, he turned around and looked at Qingmei with disgust, without saying a word. "Brother Xiaoyao, I'm sorry. I know I was wrong before. I shouldn't have been with Su Zijin, and I shouldn't have believed his one-sided words and hurt you so many times. But Brother Xiaoyao, can you give me another chance? Believe me, I have loved you from the beginning to the end." Chapter 48. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You can't be together, but you can be together. Believe me, I love you from the beginning to the end. Hearing this, Su Xiaoyao just glanced at her, and then shook off her hand and said coldly, "Qingmei, I have told you very clearly, there is no possibility between us, and I don't like you now, so please don't bother me anymore, and save some dignity for yourself." After hearing this, Qingmei's already red and swollen eyes became even redder, and there were tears in her eyes. Looking at Su Xiaoyao with an excited expression, she said, "No. I don't believe it, Xiaoyao brother, you must still be angry with me." As she spoke, she grabbed Su Xiaoyao's hand again and said hurriedly, "Brother Xiaoyao, can you forgive me? As long as you forgive me, I am willing to do anything for you." After that, she took a step forward and stood on tiptoe to kiss Su Xiaoyao. Seeing this, Su Xiaoyao immediately stretched out his hand and pushed her out. Then he raised his palm and slapped Qingmei's face hard. Then he looked at Qingmei with disgust and was about to say something, but he found that a beautiful figure beside him suddenly stepped forward. "Pa." That's right, this slap was made by Lin Wanxia, who was looking at Qingmei with anger at this moment. Su Xiaoyao, who was standing by, was stunned for a moment when he looked at Lin Wanxia. This was the first time he saw Lin Wanxia so angry, and the first time he saw Lin Wanxia take action. In his impression, Lin Wanxia has always been the gentle and elegant elder sister, and Su Xiaoyao has never seen her lose her temper. "Qingmei, do you still have shame? I told you last time in the mall that he is my boyfriend, and you want to kiss my boyfriend in front of me. Do you still have any sense of shame?" Lin Wanxia was the one who spoke. She was like a mad tigress at the moment, looking at Qingmei and speaking coldly. At this time, Qingmei, who had reacted, first looked up at Su Xiaoyao with a complicated look, then, she set her sights on Lin Wanxia. She looked at Lin Wanxia with resentment in her eyes, and said almost with gritted teeth, "Lin Wanxia, what qualifications do you have to say me? You are just taking advantage of others' misfortune. You took advantage of the conflict between me and Xiaoyao brother. What kind of good person are you? I respected you as a doctor before, but you did such a disgusting thing." Hearing this, Lin Wanxia sneered, and then said lightly, "Qingmei, you have already chosen Su Zijin, so why do you say that I took advantage of your misfortune? And you keep saying that you love Xiaoyao brother, but how did you do it? If you love someone, do you have to break his heart? Qingmei, you don't know how to love, and you are not worthy of Xiaoyao's love." After hearing this, Qingmei's face turned visibly pale, but she continued unwillingly, "I did hurt Xiaoyao before, but that doesn't mean I don't love him, I was just deceived by Su Zijin, I didn't mean to hurt him. And you, let me tell you, Xiaoyao and I have been playing together since we were young, and the relationship between us is not something you can compare to. Don't try to sow discord here. Do you dare to say that you really like Xiaoyao? Do you dare to say that you approached him not on a whim? So I advise you to stay away from Xiaoyao." After saying that, she did not forget to look at Su Xiaoyao with an inquiring look. Su Xiaoyao obviously did not stir up any waves because of her words, but just looked at her coldly. On the other side, after Lin Wanxia heard Shen Qingyao's words, her face instantly turned cold, and she looked at Shen Qingya with an extremely serious expression and said, "I dare to say that I like him. I have liked him since the day I met him, and this is not a whim, but a long-planned love." Hearing this, Shen Qingya said a little unconfidently, Then how do you know that Xiaoyao brother must like you?" Lin Wanxia heard it and was about to refute, but Su Xiaoyao on the side spoke first. "Why can't I like Sister Wanxia? She is so gentle, so beautiful, and she is so outstanding, why should I not like her?" Perhaps even Su Xiaoyao himself did not know that when he said this, he unconsciously smiled. After hearing what Su Xiaoyao said, Lin Wanxia secretly turned her head to look at Su Xiaoyao. When she saw Su Xiaoyao's serious expression and the smile on his lips, her heart was also filled with joy, and Shen Qingya's eyes dimmed instantly after hearing Su Xiaoyao's words. Her fists were clenched, her nails had pierced deeply into her palms, bleeding, and she seemed as if she didn't feel any pain. She didn't reduce the strength in her hand at all. After a long time, she slowly loosened her hand. At this time, her palm was already bright red, but she seemed to be unaware of it. After taking a deep look at Su Xiaoyao, she turned and left. At this moment, her body seemed to have been drained of all its strength. Her back looked a little embarrassed, like a walking corpse. Perhaps what really hurt her was not Su Xiaoyao's slap, nor Lin Wanxia's ridicule, but Su Xiaoyao. The last sentence was like an invisible blade, stabbing Shen Qingya's heart. Although there was no wound or blood, the pain was enough to tear her heart apart and make her suffer. Until now, she finally understood what Zhang Feng said before, the feeling of looking at the boy she liked, knowing that she liked him, but he turned around and liked another girl. Now she finally experienced that feeling. She was wondering if Su Xiaoyao felt the same way when he was watching her and Su Zijin together. Would he feel the same pain as her, or was he numb? And now, she finally experienced Su Xiaoyao's pain at that time, the pain of not being able to love. But she didn't know how long this pain would last, a day, a year, or a lifetime. Or quickly withdraw from this relationship, just like Su Xiaoyao peeled herself out of his heart bit by bit at that time. "Let's go, Sister Wanxia." Well, the two saw Shen Qingya had gone far away, so they turned around and returned to the apartment. Chapter 49. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The two of them were very angry. Wanxia, you look pretty when you're angry. In the elevator, Su Xiaoyao saw that the atmosphere was a little awkward, so he said something. After hearing this, Lin Wanxia's ears turned red instantly, and then she explained anxiously. "Xiaoyao brother, I'm not like this usually. Just now, I just saw that she was too irritating, so I." Hearing this, Su Xiaoyao chuckled, then looked at Lin Wanxia and said softly, "It's okay, Wanxia, good fight." After hearing Su Xiaoyao's words, Lin Wanxia's face obviously raised an arc upwards. The two returned to the apartment quickly, and after dinner, they went back to their rooms to rest. Time flies. Since Su Zijin was sent to the detention center, Su Xiaoyao felt that time passed very quickly. In a blink of an eye, the college entrance examination came, and Su Zijin had been in the detention center for 12 days. Su Xiaoyao rarely had a quiet time, but Su Zijin still came to Su Xiaoyao's classroom every day to stare at Su Xiaoyao as usual. Even during class, Su Zijin always stared at Su Xiaoyao in a daze from time to time, and I don't know what he was thinking. During this period, Shen Qingya still didn't come to school. However, Su Xiaoyao didn't care about these anymore. As the saying goes, as long as they don't come to disturb him, it's fine. On the day of the college entrance examination, Su Xiaoyao came to school early, but today he is a little different from usual. At this moment, Su Xiaoyao looks very energetic and his face is full of confidence. This is what adolescents should be like. Come on, brother Xiaoyao. Here, Lin Wanxia was making a cheering gesture to Su Xiaoyao, while smiling and encouraging him, and she dressed up specially today, which made her, who already had a high appearance, attract a lot of people's attention in an instant. Everyone looked at her, some were jealous, some admired, there were even some handsome boys who wanted to approach her, but they were discouraged by Lin Wanxia's cold eyes. From beginning to end, she only had Su Xiaoyao in her eyes, and only when facing Su Xiaoyao would she show that charming smile. That's right, she didn't go to the company today, but accompanied Su Xiaoyao to take the exam. Because she knew that candidates would be accompanied by their families during the exam to give encouragement, and Su Xiaoyao had nothing, only her, and she would never allow Su Xiaoyao to be worse than others. Therefore, she turned down all the important meetings today and resolutely came to accompany Su Xiaoyao. Perhaps in her eyes, nothing is more important than Su Xiaoyao. Don't worry, Sister Wanxia. Here, Su Xiaoyao smiled and responded after hearing Lin Wanxia's words, and showed a relieved smile. It can be seen that he is still in a good mood today. Yes, with such a beautiful woman accompanying him, how can he be in a bad mood? Su Xiaoyao looked around and found that the man was accompanied by his family, either parents or brothers and sisters. Then Su Xiaoyao looked at Lin Wanxia again, suddenly laughed, and said secretly, "This seems to be good too." After thinking about it, Su Xiaoyao turned and walked into the examination room, and looking at his back, he also revealed a strong confidence. Lin Wanxia stared at Su Xiaoyao's back until he entered the examination room and disappeared from her sight, and then Lin Wanxia retracted her gaze. "Beautiful lady, add me your contact information. Let's have dinner together when we are free tonight." At this time, a handsome boy came over to chat with Lin Wanxia. However, Lin Wanxia didn't even raise her eyelids, didn't even look at him, and said in a cold voice, "Get lost." After being rejected by Lin Wanxia, the boy left in disgrace. Before leaving, he looked at Lin Wanxia reluctantly, and felt it was a pity that he didn't chat with Lin Wanxia, but when he saw Lin Wanxia's look of keeping people away, he still didn't dare to step forward again. There was no way, Lin Wanxia's aura was too strong. "Quick, quick, get out of the way." At this time, Lin Wanxia heard a voice, an anxious voice sounded, and Lin Wanxia subconsciously stepped aside and turned to look. I saw Su Jinggua's family was surrounding Su Zijin and walking towards the examination room. Seeing this scene, Lin Wanxia was a little surprised. According to the time, Su Zijin would not be released for another 8 days. How could he appear in the examination room today? But she didn't think much about it. After a glance, she turned her head away and stopped looking at them, and Su Jinggua and his family obviously didn't notice Lin Wanxia. At this time, they were anxiously pushing the family members who were surrounding the examination room. Let everyone make way for them and send Su Zijin to the examination room, because time is about to run out. But everyone ignored them and continued to chat with each other, without any intention of making way for them. It's really interesting. It's obviously asking for help, but the tone is still that high and mighty, speaking in a commanding tone. Who will make way for you? Besides, there are too many people in their family, and even if they make way for them, they can't make such a wide road. At this time, a big sister in the crowd kindly reminded Su Jinggua and others. This parent, why don't you just let your son go in by himself? There are so many of you who want to go in, and there is no such a big place. At this time, a fat big sister said in an unhappy tone. It's just an exam, is it necessary for so many people to go in? No. Hearing this, Lu Fang next to Su Zijin said. I can't let my son go in alone. There are so many of you, and he is so thin. What if you squeeze him? When everyone heard this, they laughed in anger, and then, there was nothing else. No one spoke again, let alone made way for them. Su Jinggua saw this, his face turned blue with anger, and he immediately shouted angrily at everyone. You all get out of my way, you delayed my son's exam, can you take responsibility? Hearing this, everyone could no longer bear it, and they all started to mock. Just now, the elder sister kindly reminded you to let your son go first, but you didn't listen, and you were afraid that everyone would squeeze your son. What, your son is made of gold and jade? Can't he be touched? That's right, you are begging for help and you look so high and mighty. What I despise most is people like you, wearing a suit, pretending to be a decent person, but you have no manners at all. Haha, you delayed your son's exam, what's wrong? Can your son get the top score in the city or the province? You. Su Jinggua was so angry that he couldn't speak, and could only look at everyone angrily. Chapter 50. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing Su Jingwa and his friends' faces turn pale, everyone was very happy. Even Lin Wanxia in the corner couldn't help but look over there, looking like she was watching the fun. He always thought that he was rich and powerful, and everyone had to look at his face, but they were not his employees, and they didn't spend his money, so why should they look at her face? Time passed by, and seeing that the time was almost up, Lu Fang on the side couldn't bear it anymore. She immediately stepped forward and pushed everyone, ready to make a way for Su Zijin to pass. Seeing this, Su Zijin's sisters also followed Lu Fang and pushed together, trying to make a way for Su Zijin. However, how could they push so many people? Moreover, they were women, so they were pushed to the ground in a few moves. If you don't move away, I will call the police. Seeing that she couldn't push everyone, the seventh sister Su Zihua threatened everyone. However, everyone didn't buy it. At this time, someone in the crowd said, "Call the police. This is not your place. Why don't you let us stand here?" As soon as this was said, everyone agreed, and the two sides began to stalemate. In the end, it was the principal who brought the security guards to mediate. Facing the unreasonable demands of Su Jingwa's family, the principal was also a little headache. They still insisted on sending Su Zijin to the examination room in person, no matter how the principal explained to them, helplessly. The principal had to let the security guards take Su Zijin into the examination room one after another. Seeing this, Su Jingwa and the others finally let go, but looking at their expressions, they seemed to be a little dissatisfied. The look in her eyes when she looked at the security guard was obviously distrustful, but they had no choice. If Su Zijin didn't go in, she probably wouldn't be able to take the exam, so they had to give up. On the other side, Su Xiaoyao saw Qingmei as soon as he entered the examination room, but Su Xiaoyao was not too surprised. He just glanced at her lightly and then looked away. Here, the moment Qingmei saw Su Xiaoyao, her eyes instantly lit up, but after seeing Su Xiaoyao's cold expression, it soon dimmed. Qingmei came to take the exam alone today, because Qin Xiaoji had to take care of Zhang Feng in the hospital, so she didn't come. Su Xiaoyao quickly found a corner and sat down, waiting for the invigilator to hand out the papers. At the same time, in the Su family villa, Su Zijin was staring at the screen in front of the computer in the bedroom. After a long time, she saw her delicate body trembling, and tears seemed to be rolling in her eyes. It was because the scene she saw in the surveillance was the scene of Su Zijin going to her room and stealing her necklace. It turned out that since she saw Su Xiaoyao's attitude towards her last time, she felt more and more uneasy. At the same time, she was also wondering whether her necklace was stolen by Su Xiaoyao, because she changed her attitude towards Su Xiaoyao because he stole her necklace, and she also saw full of sadness and disappointment in Su Xiaoyao's eyes, and this expression did not seem to be fake. So she began to doubt whether Su Xiaoyao did it. After all, she did not investigate it properly at that time, but just listened to Su Zijin's one-sided statement and concluded that it was Su Xiaoyao who stole the necklace. Now think about it. This matter is indeed a bit strange, so he took the Su family surveillance data and prepared to investigate the video of that day, and the data was obviously damaged by someone, so Su Zijin concluded that there must be another reason for the incident that year. Because the data was damaged, she could only look for them one by one, so she locked herself in the bedroom for several days. Except for going downstairs to eat, she usually checked the surveillance in the bedroom and didn't even go to the company. It was not until today that she found the surveillance of that day, but when she saw the truth, she couldn't hold it back. Tears gushed down her eyes, and a sense of regret went straight to her heart. Perhaps it was not until this moment that she realized that what Su Xiaoyao said to her in the restaurant at that time and the sad and disappointed look in his eyes were true. She really made Su Xiaoyao very sad. And Su Xiaoyao was also very disappointed in her. After a long time, she got up and walked downstairs in a daze. "Brother Xiaoyao, this way." Outside the examination room, Lin Wanxia was heading towards Su Xiaoyao, who had finished the exam, waved. On this side, Su Xiaoyao had just come out of the exam room and was talking to Fatty Wang and Su Jie. Hearing someone calling, Su Xiaoyao followed the voice. Soon he saw Lin Wanxia standing in the crowd and waving at him, so he quickly ran towards Lin Wanxia. Only Fatty Wang and Su Jie were left standing there. This kid really forgets his loyalty when he sees a beautiful woman. Su Jie looked at Su Xiaoyao's departing back and said angrily. After hearing this, Fatty Wang immediately echoed, and then the two followed Su Xiaoyao. Brother Xiaoyao, drink some water first. Thank you, Sister Wanxia. After arriving, Su Xiaoyao naturally took the water that Lin Wanxia brought him. Hey hero, are you here to show your affection? After hearing Su Jie's words, Su Xiaoyao finally realized that his two good friends were still following him. Faced with Su Jie's teasing, Lin Wanxia blushed at the time, and Su Xiaoyao picked up the empty bottle he had just drunk and threw it at Su Jie. Hey! I didn't hit you. Just as the three of them were playing around, suddenly an inappropriate figure broke into their sight. The three of them saw that it was Su Zijin carrying a school bag. At this time, he was walking towards this side with his head down. But when he looked up and saw Su Xiaoyao and the others, his expression instantly became ferocious. He stared at them intently, as if he wanted to kill them, and the moment Su Xiaoyao saw Su Zijin, his expression was obviously stunned. Obviously, he didn't know that Su Zijin would come to take the exam today, but just because he didn't know, it didn't mean that Fatty Wang and Su Jie didn't know. Because the two of them were in the same examination room as Su Zijin, so they had naturally seen Su Zijin in the examination room. Oh, it's really unlucky today. I can meet idiots everywhere. Hey, Jie Zi, don't call people idiots. Isn't this an insult to the word idiot? Fatty Wang and Su Jie mocked Su Zijin in unison, and their eyes were filled with unconcealed contempt. The two of them were so serious that Su Xiaoyao and Lin Wanxia couldn't help laughing. You dare to scold me,